You want me to do the hello and welcome? Alrighty.
We're recording.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our call about learning more about Young Living opportunity that we want to present to you. I'm Sheila Sherman, and my great friend Tashena. I just want to do a quick shout out to Tashena because she puts this all together. I like to just show up, and she allows me to do that, to just show up, to be able to tell my story. And she does the hard background work, and I appreciate her so much for that. And besides that, I've been knowing you for what, about a year now, Tashena? Has it been that long? And just her heart is so generous and is for just loving on people and sharing her story about Young Living and how it worked for her and changed her life. And as you can see, I'm in my vehicle. One great thing about being able to do our business is we could just do it anywhere. And unfortunately, it's not from Hawaii because because we're like stuck in place. I am coming at you from Calgary, Alberta. But I have done business from Hawaii. So just to let you know, and I also got to go for free. So that was part of the business. And I just love Young Living, and I'm here to share my story. Again, I'm Sheila Sherman. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, but I am from Detroit, Michigan. And I know I love it. I love it. And but I've been here for about 20 years, and I started my Young Living business here in Canada. Um, I got started from just learning about the product. And because I was a person, and still am a person, that was into all natural and all that entails, I'd always been looking for something and trying things that were natural in nature, pure in nature, by nature, I mean, and just living with less chemicals and as few as I could. And I started as a stay-at-home mom. So this was my side gig once upon a time. And it was really good. What happened, basically what made me want to start the business is after using the product, I experienced these huge health benefits, issues that I had for literally 20 years had gone away. And then, because I have 6 kids, started using the oils with my kids, started using the oils with my husband, and saw dramatic differences in their health, to where, and they were young at the time when I got started, to where uh, we would have yearly colds, flus, et cetera, et cetera. I started seeing that alleviated from our lives. And so I was like, what is this? Like, what is this that I'm using? And I decided to dig deeper. And I invite you, if you're listening live, if you're listening to the replay, I invite you to dig a little bit deeper. It was totally worth it for me to learn about this company, and then to decide and make that decision to bring in, at first, some side income. And now it has grown to where it is a main income. I have 7 streams of income. This is one of my streams. The other ones were just developing, but this is a huge stream of income for us. And just making that decision, it has changed not only my life, but also my children, because my children, now adults, they're all a part of my business as well. So one of the things I love about this business is the ability to not only share the products and share the business, but to make a difference in other people's lives. And that's what this is all about. It is about making a difference in our health and making a difference in our finances or our wealth. And that is the story of Young Living. And so, like I said, I invite you to dig deeper. And that is what this video is about. This is what this training is about, or this workshop, or this webinar. It is to help you get started with learning more about the company, learning more about this industry, learning more about why this could be the life-changing opportunity for you as well. And so with that, I will like to pass it on to Tashena, that's going to share some awesome information for you and transforming information for you as well. Tashena?
Thank you, Sheila. And so I'll go ahead and get started just a little bit with my story for those that may watch the replay and don't know who I am. And I love us doing this together, and I love being able to share my story because Sheila really is like the typical Young Living person. She's a stay-at-home mom that was the crunchy person in the beginning, and I am the typical Young Living husband. I am corporate. I do not have 2.5 kids. I do not have any pets. I'm allergic to everything with fur. And I was not crunchy before I came into Young Living, but I came into some health challenges. In 2012, I started to have hormone issues and then gut issues and then high blood pressure. And I was in an environment of the automotive industry where, you know, we exercise, but we also have pizza and Buffalo Wild Wings, and we sustain ourselves with either 4 cups of coffee or a neon colored energy drink or Mountain Dew. And we just get to our 30s and we either have high blood pressure or we have high cholesterol, and we just accept it and we start taking one medication after the other. And that's just the way life is because you're in the automotive industry, you're corporate. That's what happens. You're getting older. But for me, mine came in rapid succession between 2012 and 2014. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I started talking to all the people around me. And most of the women my age, young in their early 30s, had body pain. I had also been in 2 accidents and I had a bunch of body pain from the 2 accidents I was in. They were exhausted, and most of them were either had their body parts taken out or were in threat of getting them taken out. And I just thought I think God put those in for a reason. And I don't think that they're supposed to come out. And this is not the way it's supposed to be. I don't understand why us in our 30s feel like we're in our 50s. And I started looking actively for solutions. I had no clue, nor did I believe that essential oils would have been the answer. I started taking vitamins and supplements. I was into vitamins and supplements in the past. I used them for mood support, things like St. John's wort. That made sense to me. I didn't know what essential oils really were. And so I started buying $200 worth of vitamins and supplements from Amazon or Vitamin World or Vitamin Shop. And there were these big old horse pills that were supposed to help me with my hormones, and they did absolutely nothing. I had no more energy. And I just kept looking, and I had a few friends that started on Facebook talking about they were diffusing lavender and it smells amazing. And I was like, whatever. The essential oil that I got from Amazon didn't do anything for me. That didn't help me. But I went to a home party with the intention of not buying essential oils, just to support a friend. And Panaway was placed on my body, and my life was radically and dramatically changed. And I was like, immediately, the world needs to know this is different. My sister, my stepmom, they're kind of more of those crunchy type people. They're going to want to do this. So I actually booked my home party before I bought my kit. I didn't have $200 in the bank at the time, and I kept stalking the website. I got the kit, but I had booked my home party first. And so I never even really made a conscious decision to do the business. I decided the world needed to know this because it was different immediately. And 2 weeks later, I was introduced to Ninja Red, which completely changed my energy levels. I ended up having to have a minor surgery for a hormone issue, and Ninja Red helped my iron levels and helped me get through that surgery and gave me energy. And I was also introduced to our emotional oils like Joy and the Happy Day Protocol. And collectively, it just changed my entire life. And I just continued to share. I had to continue to share because I had physical support, I had energy support, I had physical support from my attention, and I had emotional support through the oils. And so that's the reason why I share and continue to share, and I think that everyone else should share. But we do want to share just some data and some statistics with you guys for those that need that type of information. And so with that, I'm going to share a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation with you guys. So let me get into presentation mode. So again, what we're talking about today is why now is the best time to start a business, and why a home-based business might be a great place for you to start. And we already talked about my story. I'm an automotive professional. And I just love this slide. These are companies created between 2008 to 2010. Here in the United States, we had a great recession. However, these companies were created during that recession. I want you to take a look at this slide. And how many of these do you recognize? And how many do you use? Now, doing this presentation in 2021, after having a change situation in 2020 and being at home, WhatsApp I use every day, all day long. Instagram I use all day, every day. These I have WhatsApp groups now, Instagram groups that I wasn't in before, and this is how I keep in touch with a lot of my friends and communicate a lot of things. Venmo and Square are some payment systems. Square, I know I check out with Square all the time. I see it. Groupon is one of my favorite ways to try some new self-care. I think Monday I'm going to an infrared sauna where I bought like a 3-pack discounted Groupon there. Pinterest, most moms love that. Pinterest is usually just where I get some quotes from because I don't really do crafty things. And then Uber or Lyft is the way that I travel when I am in other areas. I usually don't rent cars if I don't have to, and so I will Uber myself around. So again, at a time where people were losing their homes, losing their jobs, and there was a recession, these companies were created. And I want you to keep that in the back of your mind as we go through these slides and think about the situation that we're in right now. So why network marketing? We want to be very clear and transparent, and we understand that most people have a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to network marketing. But you have to just remember that network marketing is an industry just like in any other industry. Just like you will find bad lawyers and bad car salesmen, you will find people who don't know how to behave properly in the network marketing industry. But when you learn about the way that it is supposed to work, you will find that there are some advantages. So what are some of those advantages? You can build it part-time, anytime, and from anywhere. I love this because currently I still have a full-time job. So I can work my business in the pockets. I woke up this morning and I got up at 8 o'clock and I had to work from home in the situation that we are, my automotive job. And then when I got done, I was able to start working my business. I'm an extreme extrovert and I love to do our in-person spa parties and the classes that we would do at Big B Coffee or we would do at little restaurants. But when the world shut down, my business did not suffer. I converted every single class that we had online without an issue. I was able to continue to build my business from my home instead of out in a public place. You can launch it for as little as $500 to $1,000. So we're talking about network marketing in general here, but the company that we know and love, Young Living, you can usually do that for a lot less. We're in the process of changing over to different bundles. A lot of those bundles are going to be between $150, $200. And then you're going to want to do a little bit of education. Like this month, we have our Discover YL. We also have our beauty schools that you can buy. So for still less than $500, you can get some products and some great education the month that you start. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We have such a supportive company and such a supportive team. Sheila and I met and we love to support each other in classes. A lot of your business partners have a vested interest in you. And so we have our brand partners that we support. We have individuals that have been building the business before us that will support us. You can create enough tax deductions alone to make it worthwhile. This is one of my favorite things because I am in the top 8% of income earners here in Michigan for a one-person household in the automotive industry. And in the past 7 years or so, I was able to double my income and I went into a new tax bracket. And had I not had a business to get these tax deductions, I probably wouldn't have seen a lot of my last raise that I received. And this is also one of my favorite things about traveling. Usually when I travel, it's tax deductible because I'm either going somewhere for my business or I'm sharing with people about my business when I get there. And so I'm just finishing my taxes today, and it is so beautiful to go in there and drop my W-2 in there, and then to start putting all my business stuff in there and just watch how, I'm going to get a little bit back from the government because of these tax deductions. You can learn it while you earn it. So it's your choice. You can earn 500, 1,000, 5,000 or more a month. And if I were to go be a beautician or I was going to be a lawyer, I would most likely have to be in school for at least 6 months, sometimes a lot longer, before I could do some type of internship and start earning it. The day that you sign this, you can start earning, and then you decide where you want to go. We have individuals that make all of these amounts on this call right now. With time and success, your income will be produced by hundreds and perhaps thousands. And that's one of the most important parts. It's not the money you make, but the amount of lives that you are able to touch and affect. So why health and wellness? So we have this complete industry of network marketing, and we can be in utilities, or we could have some physical bag that we're selling. But why would you want to consider health and wellness? Well, the global wellness market reached approximately 4.75 trillion in 2019. And I promise you guys, as soon as I see a chart for 2020, I will get it to you. I looked for it a couple weeks ago. It wasn't out yet. But we can assume it's a slightly higher for last year. The health and wellness industry growth is at 6.4%, so it's growing. And it is such a diverse industry. As you can see from the graphic on the right, we have all these things such as complementary medicine, preventive medicine, healthy eating, nutrition, weight loss, spa economy, physical activity, personal care, beauty, anti-aging, and more. And as you'll see, we'll talk about in the next slide, the amazing company that we know and love, Young Living, touches on all of those. So why Young Living? Why have the individuals that are hosting this call and the individual that send you this recording, why do they love Young Living? Well, Young Living owns their own farms or partners with farms that have the highest standards in the world. They have industry-leading research and testing and a seed-to-sale promise that is unmatched in the industry. They have 25 plus, now 27 years of experience with 10 years of research that went in before they were even a company. There's low startup costs. We already talked about that. Under that $500 that would be average for this type of industry. And the largest selection of essential oils, oil-infused products, and toxic-free lifestyle brands. Again, that anti-aging and beauty, the weight loss, we have all of that. And so then just to talk a little bit about the Young Living potential, again, it is what you decide. We want everyone to get to the level that they want to be. Especially on my team, we want people to reach like the level of executive as fast as possible, where you can make on average 500 per month. There's also the level of silver where you can make on average 2,000 per month. There's a level of gold where you can make on average 5,600 a month. And then the level of platinum where you can make on average 14,000 a month. And it just continues to go up from there. So I'm currently working on hitting gold, as well as getting rid of my day job, working a couple of the other streams of incomes that I have as well. And that's one of the beautiful things about this industry. So with that, that is the data that we want to share with you. And I just want everyone who is, again, watching this replay to think back to that first slide. 2008 to 2010, the time when people were losing their homes, losing their jobs, losing their incomes. And yet, some individuals who saw a need took advantage of that opportunity because they made a decision when they saw that need. And they were able to not only lose things, but to create million-dollar companies because of that need. And we have that same opportunity right now. But we have to make the decision. And so if you're watching this and you're not yet part of the Young Living family, then your first decision is to join the Young Living family immediately. Contact the person that sent you this video and say, how can I get started? And if you are already part of the Young Living family, you want to contact the person that invited you and say, where's the training system to help me get up that ladder? What do I need to do? What do I need to learn? What are the steps on a weekly basis that I have to do so that I can be successful when it comes to the business side of this? So that is what we want to share with you. And if there's any questions, they can always be sent to the person that sent you this video. And with that, I think we will end this presentation. Thank you guys for joining and watching.